Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. So it's that time again. Yeah, I don't know what happens in the springtime. I don't know if it's because of the mud. People think that they're stuck in the muck. I'm going to be doing a team training tonight on this subject, and I really felt as though I wanted to come and do kind of a public training as well. First of all, I need to apologize for the fact that our roads are extremely bumpy in the springtime because of frost heaves. If you don't know what a frost heave is, you might want to look it up. And so if I am jumping around in my van, you'll know why. So I think we all go through a phase. Actually, I'm pretty sure we all do. We all go through a phase of not really knowing what we're supposed to be doing, how we're supposed to be doing it, why we're doing it. And so what happens is we begin this phase of, I think I need to do something else. I think I need to quit. I think I need to move on to something. I think I need to have a change. I think I need to reevaluate, right? We all hear those terms. And I'm here to tell you that regardless what you do, wise person told me once, the problem will follow you if you don't change it internally. And they were right. We tend to get, and I'm not saying that a change of scenery is not a good thing sometimes. It really depends on the problem, but if you can't really pinpoint what's going on and you feel that you're surrounded by negativity, or you feel you're not in, you don't have the same mojo that you used to have, or you just can't seem to find your flow, right? That ultimately that's something that's coming from inside. It has nothing to do with your external experiences. See, here's the bumps. It has nothing to do with your external experiences. It has to do with you internally and your coping mechanisms to what is happening around you. We have choices that if we are hanging with negative people, if we're hanging with negative people, we can choose not to hang with negative people. If we are surrounding ourselves with people who are struggling, we have a choice. We don't have to surround ourselves with people that are struggling, right? So if you don't know why you're doing something, then it's really an opportunity for you to dig a little bit deeper and figure that out. If you are feeling lost or your mojo is no longer surfacing, then it's up to us to dig a little bit deeper and find out why we had it in the first place, right? So there is going to be some times, some opportunities where maybe it is time to move on. But majority of the time, it's just an opportunity for us to dig a little bit deeper and find out why we're doing what we're doing. And the reason I'm talking about this is because lately I've had a lot of people coming to me saying, I don't want to do this anymore, Edie. I don't want to be in Scentsy. I don't want to work so hard. I don't want to have to push so hard. I don't want to feel, I just don't feel it in me anymore. I just don't, you know, these, and they're not excuses. They are technically excuses, but they have onus, right? They have some validity behind them. And I don't want people to feel as though they're making excuses, but realistically, you know, they are. But there are excuses that can be overcome. And I think that's the biggest difference. And I want you all to understand that what you bring to the table is extremely valuable. Whether it's extremely valuable to someone else, be it your family, a friend, a significant other, it's extremely valuable to you. Right? And what you have to offer and what you have to bring to the table is valuable to you, but also there's somebody else out there that needs what you are offering, needs your type of character, right? So if you've not read the book 3 Feet from Gold, I'm going to suggest that you watch it. And for those of you that are considering quitting, giving up, I want you to read that book and understand that it's the people that are consistent, the people that are committed, the people that are able to get through these obstacles of emotion or experience or environment, right? And get through those to make it to the other side and to see what the results can bring you. The ones that stick with it get the results and the reward, right? So I guess my plea is for you to very strongly consider, look back why you joined in the first place. Why did you like Scentsy? Was it something, sorry, was it something that was said to you that sparked something in you? You know, and understandably, our lives progress, our lives change as we grow, as we venture through this journey of life, right? And so your why, your commitment can change. But just because it's changing doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up on the big picture that includes, in this case, Scentsy, right? So, understand, think about where you are. And a lot of times people want to quit because it's a lot easier than thinking through this process, right? So I ask, you know, why did you choose Scentsy in the first place? Why did you join in the first place? Maybe it's because you liked candles. Maybe it's because you needed some extra income. Maybe it's because you liked the party atmosphere. Maybe it was because you needed to fill some time. Maybe it was because you wanted to travel, to meet new people. It doesn't matter. That answer needs to be asked. Why is that important to you? Why is it important to you to be in a company that you like candles? Why is that important? And keep asking yourself why to the answer that you give. Because ultimately it comes down to us being happy. It comes down to us being financially secure. It comes down to, if you have children, a lot of times it's because you're doing stuff for your children. You're setting up their legacy. You're setting up their future, right? So ultimately, you don't, and a lot of times it's because people don't want to be alone, right? So there's always going to be some kind of an emotion at the end of that questioning series by asking why that's important, why you need that, why do you have to have that, why do you do that, that it's going to come down to some kind of an emotion that is attached to it. And so once you've figured out the emotion, once you've figured out what you are doing this for, then it's easier to figure out why you should stay. And if your why has changed enough that it's better for you to leave, then okay, but at least you'll have given yourself the opportunity to question yourself and know that wherever you go, if you have a problem internally that you have not fixed, that even if you go to a different company or a different job or a different position, you're still going to have the same issues. You're going to get bored. You're going to get to a point where you lose your mojo. You're going to get to a point where you don't understand why you're still there. And so it's so important for you to connect with the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And that's an emotional connection. Not a tangible thing. It's an emotional connection. So I'm begging for you not to quit. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't allow your second guessing or your inability to see the future stop you from achieving what you want in the future. Dreams are just that overnight. You have a dream during the night, but the next day is when you decide whether that dream is reality or not. And so you have to connect with yourself personally, internally, and remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. I used to end my videos when I first started doing Scentsy, or first started doing videos. I used to end it with a quote that I created, that I made, and I think it is extremely fitting to end with it on this video. Never give up, never give in, and always be true to who you are. Have an amazing day, guys.